If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button so that you guys can get notified when my videos come up. YouTube, for some reason, does not like notifying people of these types of videos. So, if you're a lower follower, subscribe to the channel. And don't forget, we're actually doing something different, people. All right. Where's my stick? God damn it. Where's the stick at? All right, there's no stick here. All right, you guys are lucky. We're doing a special, not a special, but we're doing a discount on my coaching calls. So we're having packages now where you guys can purchase my coaching calls in packages, and you'll get, I think it's like a 15 or 20% discount. Click on the description down below so that you could purchase like 3 coaching sessions. So 3 15-minute sessions, 3 30-minute sessions, and 3 45-minute sessions, all at a discount, right? Rather than buying one session, you guys can buy 3 and hit me up whenever you guys need to talk. So click on the description down below where it says purchase coaching packages, and you guys can be working with me by tomorrow or today, depending on the time, okay? So look, let's begin this. Look, ladies and gentlemen, the first things first. You want to be a person, a man, or a woman of few words. It's that simple. If there's anything that you can learn from all of this, is that if you become a person of few words, it inspires respect through and through. Now, look, these strategies are ways to prevent people from taking you for granted, all right? This is not what to do when you get taken for granted. This is pretty much almost like putting on a perfume to hide the stench. It's not even about hiding the stench. It's about taking a shower so that you don't stink of niceness. Because you could be somebody who is internally strong, but because of your nice habits, you communicate weakness, and you end up always having to have this uphill climb to gain people's respect rather than learning how to get their respect from the start. Because there are nonverbal cues that you can learn to communicate. And to communicate that you have strength, and to prevent people from manipulating you or even testing you. Because one of the laws of human nature that's important is this. 1, you were always sending signs of strength or weakness all the time. 2, humans cannot help but take advantage of somebody who sends signs of weakness. And 3, humans are always looking and sensing for signs of strength or weakness, so that they could decide whether they could take advantage of you or not take advantage of you, whether they should respect you or not. They're always saying who is a person that commands the most respect, and the way they do that is through your nonverbal cues, right? And sometimes just learning to shut up. Well, anyways, let's begin this. To me, silence is the most powerful way and easiest way to convey wisdom, respect, and authority. You know, there was a quote that said, a wise man speaks when he has something to say, but a fool speaks because he has to say something. You know, there's even a quote that says, even a fool who keeps silent is considered wise. When he closes his lips, he is considered prudent. Right? There is pretty much a universal respect for people who speak less, right? The more you know, the less you need to say. That's another quote. Because what it does is that people who speak a lot, now mind you, speaking is my job, right? But there's a reason why speaking is my job, because I've always liked to speak. Now you can see how when I was young, that used to get me into a lot of trouble, right? For example, there was one time this girl in Italy, when I was in Italy, she asked me, Delexis, how old do I look? And it was like in front of people. Every guy looked at me. Every girl. And I'm like, uh-oh. I was like, Satan, you're tempting me right now, right? And I was like, oh, fuck, how do I answer that? And I told her, I was like, I'm not going to answer that question. In my mind, she looked 29, all right? In my mind, she looked 29. I was like, I'm not answering that. How old are you? She was like, I'm 19. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. That's a trap, right? In that occasion, the best thing that I did was not answer. Silence. Learning to be the one that speaks the least in your group. Now, who's the shyest? That's a whole nother topic. We could talk about that another time, right? Right? You don't because it's one thing to be silent because there's confidence behind it, and also silence also exudes confidence, even though it could be just because you're shy. It creates mystery, but also if you learn how to speak up and remain silent, but you also know how to speak up and express yourself, that is such a powerful combination to have, right? Such a powerful combination. So literally learning to speak less, be a person of a few action and a few words, and you see this in movies where the most powerful person speaks less. The most powerful person always is the one that when they speak, they not only speak, they not only speak less, but there's also more pauses in between their words. They speak slower, right? They take their time when they speak. All of these things communicate power, right? So that's one thing. That will remove any stench of niceness. Just learning to speak less will remove any stench of niceness. Now, it's one thing for you not to be able to speak a lot, but it has to come with the proper body language. So let's talk about this, because it's one thing for you not to speak a lot and be quiet and shy. That's not what I want. I want you to be able to not speak a lot, simply because you're choosing to be a little bit more reserved, but also learn to speak with your eyes and your gestures. So when you're in a room, learn to take up space. When you're sitting down, find a way to take up. You don't have to open your legs like guys do, but or wear jeans. I don't give a fuck. Find your ways to take up space wherever you are. Take up as much space as possible. Put your legs a little bit further out, right? And if you don't speak a lot, but you take up a lot of space, it unconsciously communicates power, right? That's one thing. Taking up a lot of space. Also learning to speak with your eyes. So for example, when I'm with my girl and we're going somewhere, it's just a habit of mine. That's how I am. Even my family members will tell you I don't speak that much, right? Amongst my families and amongst the women that I date. Why? Because when I get comfortable around people, I don't speak that much. Like people will tell you that, right? Like I do talk a lot, but generally one of the signs that I'm comfortable is just I don't talk that much. I speak, but I'm usually just, a person with a few words when I feel very comfortable around you, right? So when I get up, let's just say I'm in an appointment and I'm with my girl, it's time to leave. She looks at me and she knows it's time to leave, and I'm the same way, right? Where my friends be like, I'm like, okay, or for example, if somebody says, Alexis, can I borrow this? I don't say yeah. I just say, I've developed a habit. Of learning to speak without words. It's a very powerful thing to do. Find as many ways as possible to speak without words. It could be that you have gum, and rather than saying you want gum, you just like, no, I'm good. Okay. Find little nudges in your life where you can speak without words, and the more you develop that a habit, people will. It just gives, and you're somebody who learns to take up space when you're sitting down or when you're in a meeting. Rather, sometimes it is nice to take up space, but sometimes you take up space where you're talking to them, but you're extending your body language towards them. Right? Let's just say this is a meeting. The person is over there. I was like, look, every time we got to make sure to do this the right way. And if we're gonna make sure, like you see, you take up a lot of space. This is all unconscious, people. Anytime you see someone who has authority, you'll notice they do these things. And anytime we see someone do that, we associate them with power and authority. Again, these are things that I'm showing you to prevent people from taking your niceness for granted, right? So, and also learn to hide your reactions. So, for example, if you watch The Godfather, one of the things about The Godfather is that he never shows you how he feels through his face. Now, that doesn't mean that he's emotionless. That's not what I'm talking about. For example, let's just say there's a loud noise, right? Let's just say there's a loud noise. I'm going to do it right now, right? And I'm going to show you the way that I don't want you guys to react. right? What does that say? What does that communicate? Does that communicate leadership? Just think about that, right? Does that communicate strength? Like, just okay. Now let's imagine this same thing, same sound, but different reaction. If you see both of those reactions, your gut instinct, what will be your initial reaction to that person? We all could, if you would say which one looks more confident, which one looks more self-assured, which one would you follow more? Most likely you'll follow the one who didn't express as much emotion. Now, maybe I felt the same emotion, but I learned to keep it inside. All of that, or even like this, you hear the sound. All of that communicates confidence. For example, it's like when you're watching a karate movie, and and the guy who's gonna lose usually has big facial expressions. But the guy who it's gonna win is usually like this. There's something about learning to be less expressive in your face. People have to think about what you're thinking about more. They get in their heads more when you're around them. All of these little things communicate power and strength. And a lot of the times, people will, when they sense power and strength emanating from your nonverbals, they don't try you that much. The next thing is whenever somebody disrespects you, that's when it's your time to shine. Whenever somebody disrespects you in any way, shape, or form, what you consider disrespect is on you. But the point is that when people disrespect you is when you start pulling away. Right? It's when you start pulling away. That means you stop texting them as much. I always talk about this. It's only through disrespect that people really see your true strength. And what is your strength? Your willingness to walk away. Depending on how willing you walk away is how strong you really are from within yourself. The next one is that you must not take yourself for granted. Always see yourself as a queen and king, and always demand the respect that you demand from others. Always demand it from yourself first. Always. Never let somebody disrespect you and let them get away with it. Always remember that there's people watching you and judging you based on how you behave. Even if nobody's watching you, behave with dignity. Behave with respect. Dress one level above where you're supposed to dress in the environment. So if everyone's dressing at an 8, try your best to dress at an 8.5 or 9. Now you're saying, Alexis, look who's talking. Motherfucker, I learned that shit the hard way, all right? I learned that I have to dress nicer. People are going to judge me if the way I dress, even though I may have more money than them. Motherfuckers, you don't walk around with your fucking account balance on like it's a fucking like in Dragon Ball Z, and you can sense people's power level. So they will judge you based on how you dress. If the way you dress is too provocative, too sexual, unprofessional, if you're a woman, it doesn't garner respect. Is as a guy, you dress bummy. I'm sorry, like I had to learn that lesson. People respect me, but not as much as I got respected when I started actually dressing relatively better than everyone else around me. Like that does matter. Robert Greene even says, dress like a king to be treated as a king. Christopher Columbus dressed as a king and got him the ability to get in front of the queen in order to get ships to sail and take over the world, essentially, right? So that's one thing, right? You got to respect yourself in the way you dress. Never let people disrespect you. And above all, respect yourself. Have some dignity. If you're with somebody that is always late, never on time, never is always flaking on you, respect yourself and stop seeing that person. If you're with someone and they don't respect you as a person, leave that person. Don't try to change them. Have some respect for yourself. As soon as you begin respecting yourself, they're going to begin to respect you. It's how it works. You can't have it. There's no other way around that dynamic. No other way around it. I'm sorry. Right? And so if you do these things, you're not gonna communicate niceness. You're gonna communicate competence. You're gonna communicate self-assuredness. And another thing is just moving more slower. Like, I hope I said that right. Moving slower. Learning to speak a little bit slower. Learning to speak as an adult, not like a kid. Not trying to be funny. Not trying to be a clown. Not trying to be entertaining. Stop that shit. Be as yourself as possible. What I mean, don't try to do anything. Just talk. Just talk. Imagine that they're ugly and you want nothing from them. How would your personality be? That's how you want to behave.
All right, ladies. So finally, I have released my second course for women, which is natural chemistry. This course is a 5-week course. 5-week course where every week you're gonna get a new set of videos based on specific issues. This course is all about how to create and maintain the attraction in any man. This will help you create love. This will help you deepen the love with your man. This is not about manipulation. This is not about playing games. This is genuine, natural chemistry. No more short-term partners. No more being fooled. Why? Because I will reveal to you not only how to create attraction in the first week, but also how to understand male nature, how to understand their tricks, how to prevent from being too attached, signs that he's the wrong guy, signs that he's a narcissist, signs that he's a mama's boy, signs that he's an emotionally available guy, emotionally unavailable guy. We go over everything. We go over this third week, setting boundaries. We go over the third week, controlling your emotions, right? Setting boundaries, fourth week. Fifth week, embracing your masculine and the feminine, right? And on top of that, I have over 10 different bonuses. 10 different bonuses, my Lord have mercy, right? With a money back guarantee. The bonus are 1, the natural chemistry, over 10 hours of content, right? The breakup formula, how to deal with a breakup, right? The connecting with your man, right? Establishing a life of abundance, social mastery, understanding your dark side, the goal setting seminar, which is about how to set and achieve goals, practical mastery that will teach you how to master anything, the laws of human nature. I have a book club for the laws of human nature with over 4 hours of content, right? The transformational seminar in a pocket, which is my mindfulness seminar, and the Chase audiobook. This originally is $1,800, but you get it starting at $97, ladies and gentlemen, right? $97. We have different packages, but all of this starts at $97. And you know what? You can check it out for free if you want. Yeah, for all the freeloaders, I have free videos just for you. Free videos, all right? So you could just check it out for free and then you could get out. Nothing wrong with that, all right? So, and on top of that, it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. No questions asked. That's right. No questions asked. I don't mind. I just want you guys to check it out because I know when you take one look, you're going to want to buy it. I can promise you. Just like my other course, the psychological game of attraction, it was a hit. You're going to love this one. This one is not about manipulation. This is genuine natural chemistry. Order it now, all right? I'll see you guys inside. Peace out.